Good morning, everybody. It's good to be with you this morning. We were going to film this out at the construction site of well number 6, but the weather's not cooperating enough this morning, and I've been battling just a little bit of a sore throat, and so I think maybe we'll do it inside today, but we'll try to post some pictures to show you what's happening out there. Good things happening with the building of that well for our water system so that we can make sure to be prepared to serve all of the needs of our community. This morning I want to start by talking to you. I had the opportunity this morning to meet with our local issues group. That's a group that meets once a month and talks about things that are going on locally. Had the opportunity to take our newly elected council member, Roger Hernandez, over there and introduce him and allowed him to speak to this group a little bit and tell them a little bit about who he is and what his thoughts are. It was good to have Roger with me. I fielded some good questions from them, and I thought maybe I'd just talk to you a little bit about that today. The economic development that's happening in our community is a wonderful thing, but it's important that it takes the kind of direction that will be a true blessing to our community. And we talked a little bit together this morning about this concept of placemaking. Most of you have probably heard that term. If you haven't, it's important you become aware of it. It's kind of the new direction of economic development, in that you create your community to a standard that would be attractive to folks who want to live here, particularly those involved in the technical fields. And we've had some wonderful people come and give us some advice, and we have some great plans going forward in our community to help develop that way. Now, that's been part of the reason we've been doing these surveys, is to get the feel for our community as to the direction that we ought to go. And I just want to report back to you, as these surveys are coming in, as we're seeing the results, we are excited about the attitude of our community towards itself and the place that you want to see us go. And I see this concept of placemaking that we're being taught as something that our community is ready to support and make happen. You know, one of the things that I think we don't recognize sometimes, I know I haven't because I've lived in this area my whole life, but now that I've had the opportunity to talk to people from outside our area about the challenges they face and also the challenges we face, as well as the opportunities we have. One that we don't take enough advantage of is that we've got the convergence of two interstates right here in our community. From I-15 and I-86, you can see the city of Chubbuck. And one of the concepts that I want to put out there is we want to make this city one of those that's kind of a wow factor. That as people come by, a lot of people come by on those two interstates, that they'll look down and see this community and say, hey, I want to find out more about them. We feel like that will be a great benefit to us. And most importantly, it'll make it a wonderful place for you and I to live and to raise our children. So that's kind of the direction we're taking. If you have comments or ideas along that line, we'd be tickled to hear about them. I also wanted to let you know that I've been invited by School District 25 to participate in a focus group in talking about these high school boundaries. They've recognized that it's important to reach out to a little wider range of folks to get more parents involved, and they've invited me as an elected official to come and participate with them. I hope we can help this go in a good direction. But folks, I just want to say that as I've had the opportunity to meet with the school district a couple times and have discussion with them, they've got a hard decision to make here. We need to come together and put our heads together and come up with our very best ideas. But eventually somebody is going to have to make the decision, and it's really the school board's tasked with that. A difficult job. And I hope as we come out the other end of this and have these opportunities to have some input and to see the things happen as decisions are made that need to be made for the best of our community, that each one of us will get behind it and make sure that we make those decisions work. You know, that's an interesting thing, because if we have an attitude that we want a decision to fail and we're not going to support it, we can make some pretty good decisions fail. And on the other hand, other decisions that might not be exactly what we want to see, if we're willing to get behind it and work with it, we can make these decisions become the kind of thing they need to be for our community going forward. But if you have particular concerns, I'd be glad to talk to you about them, and I hope that I'll be able to represent our community well with this focus group. The Country Acre subdivision work is going forward. It's been happening throughout our winter months because of the mild winter we've had so far, and I understood from the meeting this week that they're planning right now to start milling some of those roads over there the first part of March if the weather allows us to. So we're going to see that work going forward. So folks who are over there, be prepared for that work to start up. We'll make sure and let you know as we make those decisions more solid, we'll make sure and talk to the citizens, the community involved, to make sure they know what's going to be happening. That's pretty much it for this week. I'm grateful to be with you. A lot of good things happening in our community, and just grateful to be part of it. And we'll see you again next week.